And masks off, and we were singing throughout that.
Yes, every word, social distancing applied, and welcome. Welcome to the Sponsors of Brave campaign announcement, brought to you proudly by Adcock, Ingram, OTC, and News 24. And my name is Nicole Kappa, and I have the privilege today of sitting with Derek Watts to make this special announcement.
And just to say how proud I am just to be part of Sponsors of Brave. I've enjoyed the process. Started with Sudhir Rampasad, MD of OTC at Adcock Ingram, coming to me, along with Alan Ford, that creative genius. Yes. And they had these plans. And at times I thought, wow, how are you going to get this together? How are you going to get the country to nominate the top healthcare workers? Will it all come together? And it started with actually acknowledging our brave journalists who put their lives on the line every week to fight corruption and violence in the country. And that was such a success. And then it's come to this big moment where we actually recognize our healthcare workers, which is a difficult, traumatic time for the country.
Indeed, Derek, to this process, it felt slightly utopian to be celebrating these heroes on the front line when everybody's heads were buried in the devastation. But to be able to foundational with the News 24 feature segments on absolute heroes, I think it's lifted the heads, the hearts, and the minds of South Africa.
Absolutely. And what a partnership with News 24 and the work they've done. And just looking at those videos, anybody who hasn't seen them, just have a look at those 12 videos. And you'll be inspired for the day, just to see what some people do who are not always in the limelight, who are doing it behind the scenes, but the impact they're making in their communities, and in a couple of cases for the rest of the world as well. But that's a surprise later.
And I think we're so quick to complain, especially in the areas of healthcare. Being a healthcare professional myself, I know that the landscape is a very criticized one. So to be able to take a platform like this and a campaign with Adcock, Ingram, OTC, and News 24 and shine the Sponsors of Brave spotlight on these incredible people that are not just saving lives on the front line, they're going above and beyond, creating community projects that have changed the face of the communities.
And if we ever needed heroes, now is the time.
Indeed.
We're going to cross to our first guest.
Yes, indeed. We are going to cross to Adcock, Ingram, OTC themselves, the initiators of this incredible campaign. We have online live FD of Adcock, Ingram, OTC, Yudhveer Singh.
Thank you, Nicole, and thank you, Derek. Over 10 months ago, Adcock, Ingram, OTC, or AIOTC as we are better known as, set up with an idea to create a platform for our fellow South African residents to acknowledge and celebrate those brave individuals going above and beyond to serve their communities at every opportunity. Fast forward a few months later, and the concept and platform for AIOTC Sponsors of Brave was born. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, in an interview at the beginning of the campaign, I was asked, why is AIOTC chosen to run this campaign, and why is it important to AIOTC? At the time I had responded, there are a group of professionals who are not afforded the acknowledgement they deserve. These individuals are our healthcare professionals. They spend their daily lives saving and helping fellow South Africans. Today, as we navigate through the COVID-19 pandemic, this message has become even more relevant. And we at AIOTC would like to thank all healthcare professionals for their essential service. We appreciate the risk at which you place yourselves in order to save lives. You are brave icons and must be celebrated as today's superheroes. The Sponsors of Brave campaign has been a huge success with over 3,000 nominations, which is indicative of the appetite of all South African residents to acknowledge healthcare practitioners. Each nominated healthcare practitioner was recognized in their communities for contributing to the betterment of others. They are role models for our fellow South African residents, and honoring them is long overdue. After speaking to the judges and just mentioned by Derek and Nicole, it was a very difficult tasked to judge so many good stories. And I've come to realize that we still have a lot of kind and compassionate individuals in our country, and it has not been easy task to pick 12 finalists and 2 final winners from the 12. Given that it's been such a close call, we at AIOTC have decided to award each of the remaining 10 finalists a sum of 5,000 Rand towards a charity of their choice. The AIOTC team would like to thank the judges for taking the time and effort to be part of this campaign, and to News 24 for running the campaign this flawlessly. Most importantly, I would like to thank all the nominators and nominees who are truly brave. I encourage you to keep the spirit of Sponsors of Brave alive, continue giving back and serving our communities, and acknowledging those around us who go above and beyond. And you can rely on Adcock Ingram OTC to do the same. I would now like to introduce the next speaker, Andrea Firth, editor at Brand Studio.
Great, thank you so much, Yudhveer. And what exciting news that all of the 10 nominees that haven't won will be getting 5,000 Rand to donate to the charity of their choice. That's incredible news. Thank you so much, Adcock Ingram OTC. So hello everyone, my name is Andrea Firth. I'm the editor and head of content at Brand Studio 24. This is the in-house content agency for News 24 and 24.com. We were incredibly excited and blessed to have partnered with a brand like Adcock Ingram OTC on this project, who are as passionate as us to share these incredible stories of yours. We thank each and every one of you that allowed us to send camera crews in, to disrupt your daily lives, to capture your stories and to share your stories to our readers. As News 24, nothing makes us happier than being able to use our reach and our audience to share incredible stories of upliftment. And these are your stories. Our readers responded to this project in an incredible way. Your 12 featured nominees were selected from 3,800 nominations that we received. From these, your featured videos received well over 17,000 votes in the end to choose your Reader's Choice winner. And together your stories have reached over 1.1 million viewers and audience members in South Africa. This is incredible. We thank you so much for being a part of this project with us. We hope this exposure enables you to continue to help others around you. For your service, for your commitment to healthcare and to other people, and for being in the front lines during COVID-19, we thank you so much. Next, I would like to introduce Jeannie D, who will be announcing our Reader's Choice winner.
We are trying to get Jeannie D on the line right now. She has been one of the official judges for this judging process and also a big fan of the process. Jeannie D is very passionate about the project in terms of uplifting local healthcare professionals. And I know that she was very excited to make this special announcement. We are all excited to hear who is the recipient of the Reader's Choice Award, who receives the same award as the Judge's Choice.
Just 25, oh, excuse me. I promise it's not COVID. 25,000 Rand to the charity of their choice. And I think that's just an incredible award for those people.
They will also be traveling internationally as soon as they are able to any medical or pharmaceutical conference of their choice globally.
Amazing prize, but it's really well deserved because when I see how many of those people have been operating, some I saw for 27 years, 30 years in some of those areas, and not in the big cities, most of them, a lot of them, you know, far-flung places, just providing healthcare, providing little pharmacies, sometimes in a converted container.
All right, we are going to announce the winner of the Reader's Choice live in studio right here, right now. The winner of the Reader's Choice Award, who received well over 4,000 votes, is indeed from one of those small communities that you spoke about, Derek. And we don't know what that community would look like without her very relevant and powerful contribution. So congratulations to Reader's Choice, Sponsors of Brave winner, pharmacist Nontutuzelo Sibango.
And I think we can give her a round of applause.
Yes.
Fantastic.
This is one incredible woman who's been working in that community for over 19 years.
And she's with us to just have a chat. Tuduzela?
You know, I have no words to explain. It's such a big honor out of so many people that, you know, I feel they were more deserving than me. You know, I feel privileged to have been announced as a winner in any way. And thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who has made it possible that I be that winner.
I must say, Ntutu, as a pharmacist myself, I have a lot of respect for what you have managed to achieve, but you have captured the hearts of South Africans with over 4,000 votes and living and working in a rural area. You don't have a metro voting for you. You have literally captured the heart of South Africans. And you've worked in that community for 19 years. Tell us a little bit about what inspired you to set down roots and make those changes there.
I think living in a community where there's so much need and you feel you are in a position to make a difference, you take whatever that you have to share with the people and make a difference in a way that's possible. And it's always a way of feeling complete when someone else is changed in a better way, when someone else becomes better, when you contribute to whatever little you have and the person becomes better. And so many people have inspired me. I have been also made by people. My journey is a story of so many people that have given so much to make me who I am, and I always feel indebted to everyone around
me. Ntutu, you're inspiring young women in your community. You have a passion for young girls and their upliftment, but you also have your chosen charity, an old age home. So you are inspiring and uplifting across the board. Is this a position that you chose, or has it evolved over time?
No, I don't know if that is an easy question, or do I have an answer for that? I think for me is like wherever there's a need and it is possible to get in there and make your contribution and make a difference, you get in there. Yes, we are involved in sport. Kids that are from rural areas that would not have had an opportunity but have the talent. We try and expose them and get them to, to get their talent to a level where everything is possible. The doors are open for them. But generally, we come from a community where there is a lot of need. We are really so grateful to the sponsors of the Brave. Sorry about that. The sponsors of the Brave for the contribution that they're going to make to the charity that we've chosen. We know that it's going to make a very big difference to the lives of those people. That is why I am saying, in a community that we come from, there's a lot of need. You really cannot say, this is where I would want to make my contribution. You make a contribution as the need calls you.
Congratulations, Tutu. We're so proud of you, and thank you for all you've done for the community in Mthatha.
Yes.
And we're going to cross to Judge Bevan Lakay, editor of Healthcare and Health 24, to announce the big one.
Thank you so much, Derek, and a very good afternoon to everybody. I think I'll just echo what Derek, Nicole, and Yudhveer said as well. You know, with a campaign of this nature, it's always tough to have to choose one winner out of so many deserving nominations. But we've done it. Each of the judges made selections privately, and Nicole graciously compiled and audited the choices we submitted. So, considering this person's courage, compassion, and the significant impact on their particular community, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the sponsors of Brave judge's choice is Dr. Hugo Tempelman. And a very big congratulations to Dr. Tempelman. This is fantastic. What I'm going to do now is cross back over to Nicole and to Derek just for a few questions for Dr. Tempelman. Thank you, everyone.
This is a great honor. Thank you very much.
It's a big surprise for you. Were you thinking that you were in the running?
Well, I came to South Africa as a young man, and in fact, this weekend I celebrate 30 years being a doctor, 30 years being in South Africa, 30 years married, and last two days ago I turned 60. So this is a top of the cherry, what you're putting on top of it, and an incredible honor. And for me to serve the community of Mutsi in Limpopo for the last 30 years, starting there together with my wife and as the two of us, and see now that there is a community of 150,000 people benefiting from it. And we employ around about 160,000 people, of 160 people, sorry. I'm getting this prize, but I'm definitely going to dedicate it to Ndlovu Care Group, because it is those people who are daily with us, who make the programs, who implement the programs, who won the heart of the community, who make that we have made change. And that change is not something what we put upon that community. It's something what the community put upon us, because they do not want to stay at the bottom of the pyramids. They want to climb. And there is enough capacity in those communities to make it climb. We just need to nurture it, give it a chance, give it education, give it a perspective, and give it what they need. And that is a future as a South African who can earn for themselves, who can live for themselves, and who can count on those things what they need: healthcare, sanitation, water. And that's why Ndlovu Care Group came there. We can provide, they can utilize, and together we make this country strong.
Multiple projects in your area, from water sanitation all the way to the very well-recognized Ndlovu Youth Choir. That is just one of the projects that you have accomplished. And I don't know, we see this more as a lifetime achievement award than anything else.
It is also a lifetime, it is a changing achievement. It is an incredibly honor from Adcock, Ingram, OTC, and from the Brave that I'm sitting here with this fantastic smile on my face. But I would like to honor those people who day in, day out go into that community together with us, together with myself, with the rest of my team, who bring that change and show that people do not want to stay in poverty. And also, they are not poverty because they're born in poverty. They want a chance, they want an opportunity, and they want to change their lives. And that's what it is about. If we could get, after this COVID disaster, which is going to give so much unemployment, which is going to give so much death, more by hunger, I think, than by this virus, if we can guide that process positively, then we will stand up stronger than before. Because it was one thing what I've learned in 30 years of South Africa. I've never seen such a resilient population. We overcame apartheid, we overcame AIDS, we overcame our poverty, we overcome all the political scandals. We are going to overcome because we want to be what we want to be. And Nelson Mandela has said that so properly. He never showed any anger, or he never showed any disrespect. He just looked ahead and was looking for opportunities to make it happen. And I think if we can live all with that legacy, then the next generation, the kids we are raising now, or the kids of the kids who we are going to raise, will have a future where they can act as healthy, responsible, employable Africans. And if we can offer healthy, responsible, employable, then there is a chance for everybody, because it shows that we can grow into our skills and let the people around us benefit from the skills we have developed. And it's an honor to serve this country. I've never regretted not going back to the Netherlands. And what you do today to me, to my family, but especially to the family of the Global Care Group is a great, great, great honor. And I'm sitting here very humble.
Many. What are some of the things that we can do and people at the top can do to improve healthcare in our communities?
Well, I think improving healthcare in the community is having the will to work together with the Department of Health. An healthcare worker, we can never start a parallel system to what government does. The mandate of delivering healthcare lies with the Department of Health. But by looking around us and seeing what's happening, we can assist the Department of Health. And all of us, I think, have recognized that a country's government is hardly in any way proactive. They're always reactive. And that makes that there is a delay in the response power you have as an organization. We are proactive because we are in that community. We present ourselves, our ear is there, and we do it because we've got heart. It's not our job. I've got a tremendous hobby. I've never worked in my life. I'm having a hobby which takes me 70 hours.
Passion for it, that's why.
It is passion. It is that passion. But with HIV/AIDS care, Global Care Group was the 3rd or the 4th in the country who started with the free antiretroviral rollout. But we never claimed that we had to do it next and parallel to government. When government started with the rollout a few years later, we were supportive, provided technical assistance, and hoped that they could provide the same type of quality care what we were providing as well. And it is about hand in hand. It is not about parallel. And sometimes we're faster, sometimes we're more dedicated, but at the end of the ride, it's a shared, community services is a shared responsibility. And as long as you keep that in mind, you can be enabled, or you can enable that community to uplift themselves and live above what was the norm. And I'm a person who never accepts the norm, because if the norm is too low, then you mustn't lower your standard. No, you must try to amplify your standard.
More people like you in healthcare around the country. Just on a lighter note, did you watch the choir, of course, on AGT?
I was there, I was with them. We were so surprised that we were invited. And in the beginning, we didn't believe it even. And we thought, this is one of those hoax. Until we got phoned again, and we were invited to go to America. And we've seen those youngsters maturing there to a tremendous height, that they can perform on world platforms. And that is what it is about. By good training, tremendous discipline, and an utmost power and good guidance, you can make anything out of everything. And that is where that passion comes in. We started in Global Youth Choir because we wanted to provide the kids who are AIDS orphans, or who are rape victims, or who are coming from broken families. We wanted to offer them something that they not only hear about life skills and life skills facilitation, but also have the joy of doing something together. And Africa sings. Africa sings at birth, Africa sings at death, Africa sings when it is happy and when they're not happy. But the beauty of a choir is that child can be hit like whatever, and it can hang the shoulders. But if you want to sing, you have to keep those lungs full, and that we drape with a nice uniform. They start singing a song, and at the end of the song, what do you and I do? For the first time in their life, those kids got an applause. And that rewired them. That gave them a different goal. I am something, I exist, I belong to something. And that motivation we've continued to nurture in all our childcare programs. And that is why we
lifted the spirit
why it is so successful.
And you have become an aspirational South African that is lifting hearts and minds, not just locally in what you're doing, but now on this platform, Sponsors of Brave. But you were once just an a man on your own, you and your wife, that literally mortgaged your house to be able to buy a basic healthcare facility with the community around you. What words of advice would you give to anybody watching who feels that they could never start something that ends as great as what you have accomplished?
Well, I live by one-liners because they are so expressive. One is impossible is an attitude. And the second one is never waste a good crisis. If you have the guts to go for it, mobilize people with you, with that passion you have to step together with you. And then you will walk a road which is embedded in that community, where the community reflects on you and you can reflect with the community. We've never done something what we thought was what the need is of the community. We always filled in the needs because our ear and our heart was in that community. And then we started fundraising, then we started implementing, then we started doing it. And that is why it is a community carried organization. And why did we call an elephant Ndlovu? Well, it has a big memory, it has a thick skin, and it has big feet. And once an elephant is there, you can't get it away.
I love that. And well, congratulations, Dr. Yudhveer Templeman, for all that you have
I'm
accomplished.
very, very humbled.
Absolutely fantastic, Doctor. Inspired the country, doing so much for your community, and healthcare in your region is so much better for it. So keep going there. We'd love to come and visit you sometime, and enjoy the prize and enjoy your trip overseas. I'm sure it'll be a few months before you can go, but where would you go, do you think?
Well, definitely what is controlling our lives is COVID. We are starting, we are testing a lot in our center. We have a laboratory which can do around about 2,000 tests a day, and we are supporting NHLS and we are supporting the Department of Health. But there is so much to discover and so much unknown. So the first moment that there is a world-renowned COVID conference, wherever it will be, I don't only want to go there to listen. I hope that I have enough luggage to speak there as well. And I'm incredibly happy and humbled that you are going to take me there, and I will represent South Africa, and I will represent the brave and what you are doing, because it's nice, it's fantastic to feel supported in this way. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations to our two winners, and very worthy winners they are.
Indeed.
Of course, 10 finalists didn't make it, but yeah, we both looked through all their entries, their nominations, and so inspiring. And that's why I think it's fantastic that, as Yudhveer announced, they'll all be getting 5,000 Rand towards their charities. So all I can say to those finalists, they must keep going, because they were so inspiring, every one of them.
Absolutely.
From a pharmacy, right, yeah, where was that pharmacy outside of Tata as well, was it? And to, yeah, Dr. Jeremy Love,
we even had prosthetists and
yes,
nurses and doctors and a surgeon. Just an incredible showcase across the whole of South Africa, from metros to rural communities. And
so many entries,
Yes.
nearly 4,000 entries, yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at the list there, and as you say, from every healthcare profession. I was going to say Jerome Loveland, also doing fantastic work on a top level, but so many people just in their communities, and that's what it's all about. And I think Sponsors of Brave has really been such a wonderful initiative that I've been proud to be part of. But the good news is the money will be in the bank.
Yes, that is the absolute truth. The money will be in the bank for the Ndlovu Care Group in this case. And congratulations to Dr. Yudhveer Templeman once again, and known by his community as Hlanganani, the man who brings people together. I think what a legacy to have created.
Thank you.
So we are going to wrap things up today. I just want to say from my side, I am so grateful to be involved in this process. Thank you to Adcock Ingram OTC for just going above and beyond in this incredible recognition. And a big shout out to News 24 for showcasing. And I would encourage everybody who's watching, go back to the Sponsors of Brave page and have a look again at all of those incredibly showcased stories. The videos will get you in tears.
Absolutely. You've got to, excuse me, where's my healthcare professional? There he is. You've got to look at those videos. They are absolutely inspiring. They're short, so they're just less than 2 minutes, but really worth watching. And thanks again to News 24 for partnering with Adcock Ingram, Sponsors of Brave. And this isn't the end of the road. We're looking at other projects, other people in our society that really deserve to be rewarded, because I think to get us through this period and the next chapter in our lives, we have to work together and we have to find those brave people.
Well, in the spirit of Sponsors of Brave, we will be playing out with a special Adcock Ingram OTC chant. Thank you for joining us.
Not the Global Choir.
Tanzi